Hello everybody, this is going to be my video on festive perfumes to wear in the winter time. I'm going to jump into it right now, but I will say there are no gourmand perfumes in this video for the most part because that's not really something that I like. Just so you know. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a longtime favorite of mine and one of my top choices, which is Voyage Eau de Toilette, and this perfume is a very spicy, fresh, green kind of perfume. It has a dominating note of cardamom, and it's combined with juniper. And the cardamom is the best cardamom note I've ever smelled in any perfume, even today. There's nothing else like it. Juniper gives it a gin and tonic feeling, so that definitely combines well with the spicy greenness in this perfume. Very sparkly, effervescent, and energizing, and I think it would be perfect if you're going to a dinner or a party. It would add to the atmosphere, I'm sure. So that is the Eau de Toilette. I also have the Pure Parfum. This is like a darker, richer, spicier. It's spicier than this one here. But the spices are, they kind of feel like they're cold. They're not warm and toasty. They're more on the cold side. If you like Oud Wood from Tom Ford, it's spicy in that way to me. It's, yeah, very similar to this one. The longevity and performance on the Eau de Toilette kind of sucks for me. So it's more something to enjoy in the moment, maybe a couple hours. This is a little bit better, but it's still only moderate at best with the performance. But it's a very beautiful, spicy, kind of cardamom-centric perfume. So that is Voyage Hermes. Okay. So, I just told you how the performance on Voyage Hermes is not good. But I came across this one this year, and this is Ambre Pimente from Ajmal. This perfume, and I have it on right now, this perfume, it has gaiac wood, spices, cedar. I think there's another note in there that I can't remember. So it doesn't list cardamom, but it has a beautiful cardamom note in this perfume. It's very much like Voyage Hermes. The only difference is this one is much better performing than Voyage Hermes. And the overall profile is similar to that one. So if you love Voyage Hermes, but are frustrated and looking for something that lasts better and projects more, I would highly recommend this perfume. Yeah, it has that very spicy green cardamom in it. I think a little bit warmer though than Voyage Hermes. So that is Ambre Pimente from Ajmal. Another similar perfume made by the same perfumer as Voyage Hermes, which is Jean-Claude Ellena, is Cartier Declaration. This is the Eau de Toilette. It smells very similar, again, to Voyage Hermes, but it has the addition of caraway and it has cumin, so it's spicier. It's still, to me, green and cold feeling. Green, cold spices. It's very zesty and energizing. I know some people with the cumin notes, they feel like it comes off like sweat. I've never felt that way about this perfume, and I've never found cumin to be a dominating note whatsoever. To me, this is much more about caraway and cardamom together. Yeah, it's just such an iconic, beautiful kind of profile. I feel like freshness and spices, very nice, and I think complementary to the wintertime for those reasons. So that's Cartier Declaration Eau de Toilette. The Eau de Parfum is also wonderful, and I think that one has leather in it, a buttery, soft kind of leather. I don't have that one though, but love the Eau de Toilette. Where should I go next? Okay. I'm going to jump to something that's floral, and this to me is a beautiful floral perfume that usually would be recommended for summertime, but I'm going to recommend it for the wintertime. And this is Magnolia Nobile from Acqua di Parma. This perfume has dominating notes of, it's magnolia, and then there's tuberose. But the tuberose isn't sickly sweet or bubblegummy. It just works so well with the magnolia to give this beautiful white floral note that smells a little bit, just a little bit retro, because you don't really smell this kind of profile. It's not like a popular profile these days. It makes me think of the 90s for some reason, but it's this really beautiful white floral profile. And there's something that's very golden about the way this feels, and it's not just the bottle and the label. It feels warm, like the person who wears this perfume is a generous hearted person that's kind and thoughtful and has that kind of elegance about them, not cold or aloof or rude. So in that way, I feel like it is a festive perfume that would work nicely in the wintertime, and it's a unique choice. If you wore this perfume with other people around you, I think they would be caught off guard in a good way, because they're not expecting to smell those fresh, summery white florals, but you're giving it to them in this perfume. And it's just such a nice perfume, very sensual too. So that is Acqua di Parma, Magnolia Nobile. And this makes a great gift as well. I did another video where I showed you the packaging that this came in. There was a lotion, I think a shower gel, other stuff. So it does make a great gift if you get it with the full presentation. I know Christmas is over, but you know, maybe you're still giving people gifts or telling people that what you got them is in the mail, but you haven't gotten them anything yet. It's just an idea. So the next one I'm going to go to is a spicy one. This is Eau Sauvage, the Eau de Parfum. No, the Parfum. And it's the 2017 version. The 2011 or 12 version, the one that came out before this, has a dominating myrrh note. This one has elemi. Elemi is a lemony sort of resin. With this perfume though, I'm not getting the lemony qualities of elemi. For me, this is a very resinous, slightly sweet, kind of spicy perfume. And when I look up the note profile, I'm not seeing spices listed, but I'm getting kitchen spices in here. And I can't really pick anything in particular, but it does feel spicy, definitely very warm, and resinous, like a syrupy kind of resin in this perfume. The older version, the one that I mentioned that has the myrrh in it, it's even more so those qualities. This one's a little bit fresher than those ones. And I know people all usually say that this is a citrusy perfume, but to me, you only get flashes of the citruses. It's much more about the resiny elemi and spices. So yeah, that is Eau Sauvage, the Parfum. Another spicy perfume that I like is this Chypre by Sisley. Sisley has a couple really nice Chypres, and this is one of them that I got recently. This is Soir de Lune, and first of all, the bottle itself is very Christmassy to me. And this one has a dominant note of honey. It has honey, and it has moss and rose. It has coriander seed. So it's slightly spicy. It's mossy, but the moss is very delicate, not harsh at all. And there's that honey. And the honey, of course, lends this warm, gooey, golden sort of feeling to it, which is festive in my opinion. But it's not sweet. This, to me, is not a very sweet perfume, but you can get that honey aroma. And there's rose in here. I don't get a strong rosiness, but I think it's more so like the coriander, oak moss, and honey in this perfume. So wonderful for this time of year, any time of year really, but yeah, that is Soir de Lune from Sicily. The next one I'm going to go to is here. This is Diorella by Dior. And this perfume has the same charisma as this one, the Magnolia Nobile, in that the person that I see exemplifying the vibe is nice, they're kind, they're carefree, they're, you know, spontaneous, they're just like a fun person to be around. And it has a tangy fruit and tangy citrus mixed with savory green notes. So it is like people would usually recommend it for warmer months, but to me, I could see this working very well in the winter time, especially in more social settings. And I think I'm also picking up on the fact that a lot of these older kind of perfumes, they sort of have like this champagne-y wine smell to them. It's this like sour champagne-y wine kind of smell, and this definitely has that. So it does make me think a bit of like wine and champagne and cocktails that would be, you know, drank at parties or dinners. So that is Diorella Eau de Toilette. A unique and kind of bizarre one that I like, and I just got this recently. This is Cartier Baiser Vole. It comes in this bottle that is like a flask or a cigarette lighter. And this one is so interesting because it shifts between two profiles. One is lily, like a green, fresh lily. And that's what I like about this, is that lily note. It goes between that, and then there's this resiny, syrupy creme brulee note. I've heard other people describe it like that, and I do see what they mean. So it shifts between green lily and creme brulee. Usually I wouldn't go for that, but in here it just works so well. The dry down is amazing on this perfume. It's very addictive and classy, sprightly, sensual, warm. Yeah, despite the greenness, it is very warm. Yeah, it's one of the most unique perfumes I've ever smelled. And I think a lot of men are afraid to wear something like this because of the lily, but I would highly recommend trying it at least, because I can't imagine anybody finding an issue with you smelling like lily. Like, since when is Lily only for women? That was Cartier Baiser Vole. Baiser Vole. I just want to reiterate, though, that the dry down here, don't judge it by the opening. The dry down is really incredible on this perfume. That's when it gets its footing and becomes something that is a huge pleasure to wear. The next perfume I'm going to go to is, I'll go over here. So this one came out last year. This is Terre Eau Givree, which means frosted water, I think. This perfume has citron, it has juniper. Those are the two main notes in this perfume. And then there's wood, of course. So the citron in this perfume does come out as grapefruit for me. And a lot of other people also interpret it as grapefruit. So it's this rindy sort of grapefruit, a little bit juicy, combined with the piney juniper. It's not like a terpenic juniper, but it does give that pininess. And that pininess does feel like frosty and snowy, very wintry. So this is a really nice freshie to wear in the wintertime because of that reason. And, you know, historically, citrus fruits are associated with the winter months, especially in, I think, European culture and early American culture. Citruses were given as gifts during the wintertime. So you can think of it that way as well. But I think that the smelling that citron or the grapefruit in this perfume would be a nice, unique surprise if you were wearing it around other people. And it's so pleasing to just wear on its own. So that is Eau Givree from Terre d'Hermès. The next one I'm going to go to is, I'll go here. So I'm not extremely like acquainted with this one, but this is actually one of my mom's perfumes. It's Nuit de Noel by Caron. So in the name alone, it's Christmassy. This is a yellow floral, an ambery yellow floral. To me, it's very soapy, very clean. It's definitely retro. It reminds me of like a powerhouse yellow floral from the 80s, early 90s, but it does feel very warming and gentle and cozy, and it does feel like a mother's hug around you. So it is soft and heartwarming in that way. So it might be a little bit like medicine for you if you're far away from your family at this time of year and you feel like you're, I don't know, alone and you miss your mom. This might be something that you might find comforting, but it also just smells nice on itself because of its soapy, ylang-ylang kind of aroma that it has. Especially if you do like older style kind of profiles, I think that this is a nice one to have around this time of year. So that was Nuit de Noel from Caron. And then here, this one is pretty just straightforward. This is Gin and Tonic from Art de Parfum. This one is a gin and tonic perfume, very photorealistic. It smells to me a lot like Voyage d'Hermès, except it doesn't have a strong cardamom note. I think there is cardamom in here, I'm not entirely sure. But it has cucumber, and the cucumber gives it this cold, crisp, cool vegetal greenness that Voyage d'Hermès does not have. So it does smell like a frosty, refreshing kind of cocktail, which works in the summertime, but I think also comes across very festive. So that is Art de Parfum Gin and Tonic. Do I only have one left? I think I only have one left. Okay, so in my last video I said that I have a bottle of Bois Imperial, and I'm not lying, I do have a bottle of it. So this is Bois Imperial by Essential Parfums. This is a intensely spicy perfume. It's extremely dry, not in an unpleasant way, but it is a bit intense, the level of dryness. It's dry, cool spices. I kind of said that, which one was it? I mentioned something here that was similar, but yeah, the spices are cool in this one. And it might not even be actual spices, it might just be the Akigala wood. Because Akigala wood to me is pretty spicy. So this is an Akigala wood dominant scent. Very woody, dry, and spicy. It smells a lot like Grey Vetiver from Tom Ford, but much more, I think it's a little bit darker and intense. This is a huge compliment getter. A lot of people like this fresh, spicy kind of profile. So it might be worth trying out if that sounds good to you. But because of its compliment getting personality and its spiciness, I could see this being a great wear during the winter time, especially if you're out and about around people. So that is the last one. That is Bois Imperial from Essential Parfums. Yeah, so those are some choices for wearing this time of year. These are things that I would personally wear, obviously, but yeah, those are my recommendations. So if you're trying to figure out what to wear tonight for New Year's Eve, oh, actually, I completely forgot one of them. This is something I've talked about several times already. This is Lovely from Sarah Jessica Parker, and this is a warm plush, feminine leaning musk with a margarita note. So it's a little bit cocktail-like, but it's very, very musky and beautiful and sensual. Sorry, I knew I was forgetting something. But yeah, if you're looking for a perfume to wear tonight for New Year's Eve, maybe something in this selection looks good to you, or you own something that's similar, you could try wearing that. But yeah, I hope this video was helpful, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.